Dave Rennie. Dave, start you off. Ulster, the opposition, your thoughts on the game then?
Oh, look, they're a good side, and like us, they'll be desperate. Obviously, they got tipped out of Europe last week, and they're in a scrap for playoffs on their side of a draw with Edinburgh and Scarlets and Treviso. So, a lot on it for both sides.
It gets to that point in the season where, you know, every point's a prisoner and everyone's really battling for their lives in a sense, and that makes every game that bit tougher, I suppose. Yeah,
which is what you need going into playoff footy. So, you know, we've got a tough run home, which is good for us. So it's a big game for both sides tomorrow night.
I was going to mention that run. You know, you sort of playing against the top sides, but it gives you a chance to build that momentum going into really crucial games.
Yeah, if you've got aspirations of winning some silverware, you've got to beat the best sides, and you know, we're playing some good teams on the run home, and it's just about positioning. So if we get it right in the next 3 games, then you know, we'll get a home semi-final, and you know, at least we get to, I guess, position ourselves here in front of a big home crowd.
What did you make of that Ulster performance in Europe? Because you know, at a point it looked quite good for them, and it was to and fro in the whole way, I suppose.
Yeah, look, it was a real arm wrestle on it. And look, they've been really good all year, haven't they? So they did really well getting out of their pool. They beat Racing in one of those games and fronted big time. So look, we know what's coming. They're a good side. Got a very good defensive team, and they can hurt teams. They spend a lot of time in possession down your end of the field, so we're going to have to be really strong there.
I suppose on the flip side as well, a win for you guys will also help out Edinburgh in their pool as well.
Yeah, I guess from a Scottish perspective, that's a good thing in it. But you know, we didn't help them out last year by getting tipped over against Ulster. So yeah, look, obviously we're keen to win to put ourselves in a strong position with a couple to go.
How important is that sort of a strong end? Because you know, last season, you know, some were critical in saying that maybe you peaked too early in a sense, and those good games came well. How important is it that this time round, you know, you hit that top peak when needed? Yeah.
I mean, look, I still think we're building. Last week was really disappointing and nowhere near good enough. So we've got to learn from that. But you know, in Pro 14, we've played really well, and yeah, look, you're right. We started our way through the last 2 or 3 rounds and then performed poorly in a semi. So yeah, momentum's important, and we want to take a bit of confidence out of a good performance tomorrow night.
When we spoke to the players during the week, they were speaking about how they were showing the highlights of the Saracens game in the video analysis, and it was a tough watch for them as well. Just how crucial is that, though, that you do go through with a fine-tooth comb everything they've done wrong and make sure they learn from their mistakes? Yeah,
look, there were a few positives at the back end, so to give them something to smile about and look forward to. But oh, look, you can't hide from it. It just wasn't good enough, and we're a lot better side than that, and we've got to do ourselves justice every time we take the field. So, you know, we owe it to our supporters and our sponsors and to the people who are important to us. So, you know, I expect to see a reaction tomorrow.
I suppose that's the standard that these players have set. You know, going away to Saracens, you know, arguably the toughest, and you know, still being disappointed coming away. Not obviously the heavy defeat, but the performance as well needed for a team like Glasgow Warriors. It's a higher level now that you've set your guys. Oh,
absolutely. I mean, look, we did a lot of good things with ball on hand, and we put Saracens under a lot of pressure. But you know, we only had 38% possession, and we defended poorly, and probably didn't kick and threaten them enough. So, like, we know we need to be better, and so we get our chance for a redemption, you know, 6 days later.
Just on the team, good to see Tommy Bowe back. How's he feeling? Ready to go as well?
Yeah, he's excited. Obviously, an Ulster boy. So great game for him to come back in. And as you know, with Tommy, superb high ball. Got a really good skill set, and he'd be important for us coming back this time of year.
In terms of the other longer term injuries, any of them expected to come back before the end of the season?
Yeah, look, we think we'll get most back. Tim Swinson, obviously his ankle injury last weekend's probably gone for the year. But guys like Hugh Jones, and you know, we expect back maybe in the next couple of weeks. And from a playoff perspective, we can make it all the way through to sort of semis-finals. And guys like Nick Grigg and DTH van der Merwe and so on, Ryan Wilson definitely will feature at some stage.